done a bit of research.
Do you remember? No context for me singing that because I just realised it's just me that can hear that.
Should we play it? There's a little monkey in its head, and it just fucking comes out with shit.
I got a little monkey in my head that just occasionally sings me Earth, Wind and Fire. Evening.
You're listening to the LAC. How's it going? I am joined by my lovely time-travelling sex robot.
Hello, it's me, Aniseed.
And I don't know why that's still playing. It's still playing. I paused it.
I sort of enjoyed watching you just
Literally
really
just
struggle
launched.
with that.
Oh, Jesus. And Iron, dreams are ruining everything. Oh, man. I hear that you've been up to some weird things to pass your time.
I have.
I saw the You Are the Greatest Teacher comic thing as well. I was like, all right, calm down.
It's, well...
Do we dare go back into new play before you go for it?
I think we should go for it. I mean, to be fair, that was a direct quote from the child.
Yeah.
So that's why it was in the comic. Let me explain to you how I've been amusing myself for the past couple of days. When is it? I can't find the day. On Tuesday, I got a text via WhatsApp that just said, "Hi, how are you?" And I immediately thought this is going to be, it's either a wrong number or it's someone trying to scam me.
Oh, no, you're not.
Then...
Are you Terry from accountings? I've looked at the budget of you. For any of you that don't know, it's a guy who receives a phone call whilst commuting somewhere across state and then insists that he is this person and then starts commenting about the budget.
There's only a few texts, and I will read them out for you. They are as follows.
It's not the Basil.
So they sent me a voice message, and it was something like, "Hi, Alicia, it's me. How are you?" So I just replied, going, "I think you have the wrong number." And then she goes, "Hey, it's me, H." And then she sent a photo.
What, Hitler?
No. I don't know why I'm protecting their identity. They're quite obviously not a real person. She sent me this photo. It's a photo of two women standing facing a camera. That's
with
it.
Fur coats.
With fur coats. And it was captioned, "You and me," smiley face. So I replied, "Okay, well that's not me." And then she goes on to say, "I'm so sorry. I was in a rush and I mistyped this number and saved it to my contacts." So I said, "No worry, simple mistake."
Give my love to Alicia for me.
And
I bet she looks great in that coat.
And I was like, that's it, that's end of conversation. I never have to talk to this person again.
But now you're friends.
And then a few hours later, she gets back to me going,
Are you sure you're not Alicia?
No, she goes, "It was nice to meet you, even if accidentally." So I just go, yeah, you too, have a good day, whatever. And then she replies a bit later on in the day again.
Does this person know, like, what?
Like, I'm obviously trying to, like, end the conversation, but they keep it going. So, they go, "Actually, I'm originally from South Korea." This is where it starts to get a bit confusing. "But I'm working temporarily here in Paris. Are you from London also?" Not the same place, but fine. But, like, different countries even. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to have fun with this person now.
I'm Ian, I'm from the East End.
So I said...
And I work in a fishmonger's called Catch of the Day. For any of you wondering what the hell this is about. What would you say? Was it like improvisation? What would other be? Role play?
Yeah, I guess.
In an alternative dimension, we did a show where we assumed what would have happened to us if we weren't artists and doing the LAC. And then we turned into working at the seaside as fishmongers in a stall that doesn't exist called Catch of the Day.
And we did that for a full hour.
Full hour of like Cockney selling stuff.
It was
flipping
so weird.
fish. Were you drug dealing at some point?
I think...
Were we selling drugs instead of fish?
I think it was like...
I can't remember.
It was like drugs on the side. Like if you knew like the secret menu of fish.
Oh my god, man. Can you imagine, like... Could you imagine the police intel? We think an international drug smuggling.
They're like trying to find this like fish shack on the seafront.
Catch of the Day.
So anyway, this woman...
It's turned into Catch of the Day, isn't it?
Getting a little bit Catch of the Day.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, she goes, are you from London also? So I go, no, I'm from Stoke-on-Trent. And then nothing. Today, I get a text. She just starts off with, hi, how are you?
Does your wife know about this?
Oh, I've been keeping her updated as it happens.
Are you two, like, taking shifts as well?
No, but we should. And then she goes, actually, I have rental properties in Manchester. Have you ever been there? So, again, I'm like, this is starting to become more and more like a scam. So I decided to turn it up a notch. And I said, I'd love to move to Manchester, but I can't because I don't have a job, which is a shame because I need life-saving surgery, but I can only get it done at a private surgery. Nothing for a few hours. Hi, what happened to you? So I reply...
Oh my god, this is Catch of the... What happened to your job at Catch of the Day?
So I said...
Don't try and claim that you haven't got a job.
So I said, I was putting up some Christmas lights last year and I fell out of a third-floor window.
Third floor?
Yeah, third floor.
Oh my god.
Then she replies...
You're dead.
Bearing in mind I've said that I need life-saving surgery and that I've fallen out of a window, she goes, oh, sorry, are you okay now?
No.
So I respond, no, I need surgery. My spine is completely shattered. Then I get nothing for a bit, and then she was like, well, I'll call you later. I have a meeting. So I thought I'd just get in there one more time and just completely U-turn the conversation and go, okay, when you come back, can you tell me what your favourite kind of snake is? Just before I left to come and see you, she just texted me again as a direct reply to the snake message and just said, hello. So while we're playing a song, I'm going to compose another text in reply.
Send your favourite snake tunes in as requests before I play Whitesnake, as I always do, constantly on the Thursday night show.
It wouldn't be the Thursday night show without the LAC playing Whitesnake. While we were gone, I sent another text. I realised that it's currently almost 25 past 11, but I was like, what better time to text a scammer than half an hour to midnight? So they just said hello, so I said, hello, I'm very disappointed you didn't get back to me with your favourite kind of snake. I'm hoping that they reply before the show's over, but I'm not going to hold my breath. I feel like they've kind of reached the end of their tether now with my
Are they trying
bullshit.
to get you to, like, give a deposit up?
I feel like that was initially where they were going to go, but I just want to know if I can try and scam the scammer somehow.
How? You haven't got... What are you going to do? Offer them property in your place? How about Brighton? It's close to France. It's got a river in the way.
I can give you a car that doesn't work. Wait, no, that's me giving them something still.
Don't know if you get a deposit on that car.
Oh yeah, that's the point. Maybe this is how I begin my life as a scammer. But
Is it more of an honest living than Catch of the Day?
no, they're both as bad. At least Catch of the Day looks fine on the surface because it just outwardly looks like it's two people selling fish. You don't get that with scammers. It's always very obvious what they're up to.
Have you tried contacting them in the medium of photography? Because they sent you a picture. Surely you should send a picture of your favourite snake. I don't mean your penis.
Maybe I will.
And you should be, this is my favourite snake. Not my penis. FYI, it's the same shape as my spine at the moment. I thought you were drawing a snake. Like, I know you were obscuring the faces.
No, I sent a picture of a king cobra and said this is my favourite kind of snake. Which, to be fair, if they just see that notification on their phone, they may be concerned that it's a dick pic. But it's not. It's a snake pic. If they reply with something to do with snakes, I'm just going to completely change the topic again.
It's weird how it's going. So anyway, at 10:06 p.m. yesterday,
Yeah.
I emailed the famous National Poo Museum.
Oh, yeah.
On the Isle of Wight.
Yeah.
I got a museum, and it's full of shit.
Yeah.
And do you know what?
As most museums are. Whoa.
Look at that. They responded.
No way.
Yeah. Instantly.
What? That's mad.
So, I've told this story quite a few times. Have I ever told it here or the LAC?
What?
The sewers.
You mean the thing I was there for?
Yeah.
I would imagine so, because it was something that I was there for.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, you can tell it again.
I went
Who cares? Not me.
down into Brighton sewers to fly some drones, and it is the worst idea I've ever experienced. It was. I've got two words for it.
Oh God, just remembering.
Fresh hell. That's all I can. If anyone asks, it was some sort of fresh hell. And the trouble is with flying drones in there is you're in a round tunnel and you're flying electrical drones and it's just moist down there. There's no other way of putting it. Everything's wet. You go down there, you get wet. Everything is just constant mist of God knows. Now, one of my favourite quotes involving you was we were walking down there and they were like, watch out for that mud. And all I remember you was saying was, yeah, right, mud.
That ain't mud.
That ain't mud. And the trouble is with flying electrical drones is that everything gets wet and then they start to freak out and then it slams into the wall, and because the wall's round, it then slides down the wall into the human mud, as we're referring to. And then the propellers still spin and flick human mud at you. So you're covered in the vaporised human mud and then getting flicked with actual pieces of human mud. When I came out, you didn't even ask how it was. You just said, would you like me to spray you with Dettol? And I said, yes, spray me in the face with Dettol. And you sprayed me in the face with Dettol. And I still got horrendously ill. It was the worst experience of my life. I will be glad if I never, ever step foot in those sewers ever again. That is my idea of hell. There.
I would also like to add that initially I was supposed to go with you into the sewer, and we stepped into the little room where they've got like hard hats and the torches and stuff. And as soon as that guy was like, watch out for that mud, I was like, you know what? No, I'm not going in there. I cannot go in there. And I'm so glad that I didn't, because I would still be sanitizing my hands and the rest of my body to this day.
Did I ever tell you that when I got home, I just put all my clothes in the bin?
Did you?
I threw away my shoes.
Oh my God.
I took off my shorts. I emptied my pockets. Well, I say that. No, I didn't. I just took my keys, my phone and my wallet and everything else. I think even a pair of headphones went in the bin. I didn't. I was just like, everything's gone. I took my shoes off. I threw them in the bin. I was like, shall I leave my... No, everything went in the bin. I walked downstairs in my pants.
Oh my God.
And just went upstairs, unlocked my door, and just got in the shower. With my pants still on. And just... I was thinking about actually washing myself in a sort of diluted bleach. And the term praying for death was coined. Because that's all me and you wanted to do. We were literally just like, please flood immediately so we can just die. Like, I've never... The only way you could make that worse is if you had my stepmother down there. That's it. That's the only thing you could do. Just add her and those sewers. You've got Jack's idea of how. But I said to them, you know what? You should contact those bastards. I didn't say bastards, but I said, you guys, they do a sewer tour. You do poo. You two should work together. Come to Brighton.
You want to go and look at some poo? We've got
on
tunnels of it that you can just walk in.
Like, I am all for the poo museum. Those guys, I could lick their poo. It's way cleaner than that thing. How does anyone... Why does the council let that happen? Who thought that's a good idea?
My initial understanding of it was that it was like...
some sort of demented ha-ha.
Or it was like a sewer that was no longer in use in any way. So
it ain't.
So it had been cleaned. Oh, it's not in use. It's still just... Yeah. Yeah. That's what I meant. I thought it was one that wasn't in use. And it had been cleaned off and you could just walk and see the brickwork. But no, it's an active sewer. Yeah.
Do you know if it flash rains, you've got like something like 20 to 30 seconds to get out of there.
That's horrifying.
And then you'll drown in
shit.
Human mud and piss.
That's so grim.
No worse than what happened to your fuel flap after you robbed that guy in the car. Do you think he pissed in the... Right, do you want to tell the story about what happened with the car? You might as well.
Yeah.
We're on for 5 hours.
So as we mentioned about 7 hours ago, my car broke. I needed a new car because I need one for work.
Happy Valentine's Day, by the way.
Oh yeah, happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you, Gadget.
So I enlisted the help of Jack, as I always do when there's car-related things happening, and he quite nicely gave me a lift to the outskirts of Brighton, to this... I don't want to say car dealership, because I feel like that's not quite what it was. It was like... So we get there at first, and the sat-nav has told us that we've gotten to the right place, and we look around, and I was like, this place has a different name, and we sort of look over to the other side, and there's all these like builders in these massive trucks just kind of like driving around in circles in big muddy puddles. So Jack walks over, we're walking through these like puddles of mud, regular mud this time, it wasn't human mud, and he shouts up to one of the guys driving a truck like, oh, we're looking for this dealership, and he's like, oh, you just got to go out and then loop round and then you're there. So we jump back in the car and we go round, and as we get round the corner there's a van in front of us, so it's just like there's enough room for one car, and this van reverses in front of us all the way to the end of the road for some reason.
It's the most violent reversing. I've never seen anyone reverse it with such anger.
There was so much aggressive reversing. Like,
I've never been.
Everyone was just jumping in cars and just being like, I'm going to reverse over here. And they were just...
Did you get the feeling that we were freaks for driving forward?
Yeah, it did feel a bit like that. Because everyone else was just fucking reversing.
No one done it. No one drove forward in that whole industrial estate.
So we get there and there's just piles of cars everywhere. They're just like parked up right against each other. They're on top of each other. There's bits of cars all over the floor. And there's just like mechanics working on cars everywhere.
While smoking. Joints. It just stunk of weed. It just did. It was just drugs and cars, basically. We went to a drug industrial estate full of drugs and cars.
It was also pissing down with rain just to set the scene.
That's all he said to us. For looking at cars.
Yeah. So we're like looking. We were like, we'd come to look at a car, and they're like, "Oh, you want Jeff? Jeff is in the office next door." So I thought it was going to be like a proper little office. We walk in, and there's just piles of car parts everywhere.
It reminds me of like Del Boy's garage.
Yeah.
If he was running a car, not lot. It was just. It was an excuse of like, we have cars, you know. Hang on, no. Start back. Do you remember when you called me in the car?
Yeah.
And you were like,
I'll
call them and see whether. And you rang them, and they said no one's from sales is available to talk.
Yeah.
And it made it sound like a proper showroom, which it wasn't. And then when you told me about that, I went. It's a whatever. However, it's fuck all money for a car.
Yeah.
Like, no one from sales. What, are we going to show up and they're like, no, we don't like money. And then, you know, like, look, if you come here and then you buy a car, then we've got to find another car, and then other people will expect to be able to buy cars. You know, we don't like money. You know, it's like that sort of scene out of Black Books of like, Bernard, I've sold a car. You idiot.
You'll ruin my collection.
I know. How much is to collect cars?
So the office as well, obviously it was just like a big room of car parts, and within that room there was like...
full of cars. It was random shit that he's found in cars.
Well,
because
yeah.
Because remember, there was like DVDs of Star Trek and a cowboy hat. He was desperate to sell us the cowboy hat.
No, he was gonna give us that cowboy hat.
He should have took the cowboy hat. He might as well, because you rode him like a fucking cowboy.
His actual office area was just like what appeared to be half a shipping container just put in the room.
It looked like James May's living room, how I imagine it, but he's only allowed to shop at a charity shop that's been covered in oil and he's waiting to be on fire.
So yeah, we told him what car we wanted to look at, and he's like, all right, I'll get the keys. Gets the keys, puts them in. He goes, have a look, go for a little drive if you want. It was the most it was the most casual test drive. We had a look, and then we were just like, gonna take it for a test drive. That's right. He was like, yeah, whatever.
Just drive off.
Yeah, we just drove off. There was like no dealer plates or anything. It was just
didn't ask who you were.
No
license plate.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't ask if I had a driver's license.
Even had a driving license. No. Yeah, you could have just been like.
Yeah, it was.
It's the most impersonal, like, car buying experience. It was like we were massively inconveniencing him.
It was.
It's like we interrupted him from having a wank. And he was like.
It also turned out when I went to purchase the car that the listing that I had looked at was incorrect, and he actually wanted to sell that car for a bit more money than what I was willing to pay for it, because Jack was trying to make me haggle, and I don't have that ability. But then Jack was like, "Oh, what if we gave you this much?" And then he
wanted to rip my throat out.
He looked so pissed off. He was just like, I can't do it for that, I can't do it for that. And then was like throwing these numbers at me. He was like, oh, is this, we're selling it for this much. And then I immediately whipped my phone out of my pocket, open up the listing that I'd already had open and ready, and was like, if you'll look here, this is how much I thought the car was. So that's how much money I brought with me. And then he was like, well, I guess you can have it for that then. But I won't go any lower than that.
Mate, that guy was pissed. We went there with no Vaseline and gave him the once over. We've got bits of car for your car. It did feel like that.
It did a little bit.
I mean, to the point when
what
we were.
bits do you need? We got this bit. We got a
you need to talk
bit.
in your mic, mate.
Yeah, I know.
To the point where, whilst we were bored, waiting for him to either find the. He was either finding the V5 for your car, or he was pissing in the fuel. In the fuel filler of your new car.
Oh, it was probably both, to be fair.
He's definitely not crimped one off somewhere in your car. Oh my god, I can tell I'm delirious, right? Because I had this, you know, like you get visions in your head. I've got visions of, what did you call him, Jeffrey?
Yeah, Jeff.
Jeff. I had visions. He was like, I fucking said he's supposed to be listed for this, right? Rah rah rah, and now I've got to sell him for that. And I got this vision of him opening your car door, pulling the seatbelt out, just winding it out, keep pulling the seatbelt out, right, and then him, right, then lifting his leg over his hand, so he's holding.
This is
I know it's
so
really detailed.
intricate.
So he's holding the seatbelt,
Yeah.
like through in between his legs, but he's facing the other way. And then he pulls down his pants and then lets the seatbelt run up his arse crack as it retracts. That's what, because it doesn't take you that long to find a V5. I can't. He either took a shit in the back seat, pissed in the thing, or he done the old seatbelt, as if that's the thing, the old seatbelt ziplock.
What if they never send me the V5?
All a V5 doesn't necessarily mean that you own the vehicle. It just says that you are the registered keeper.
Oh, fine.
So hilariously, until that stuff goes through, if you've got any speeding tickets or whatnot, or whatever, or someone you didn't pay a parking thing, and they looked it up on the registry, they'd send him the fine.
Huh.
And then he'd have to let them know that you're the one who is technically the registered keeper for the vehicle. I mean, the thing is, having them trying to explain to the police that is a car dealer is the very. I mean, it may have what they do, the word dealer in it. I'm just speculating, in my opinion.
But it might not necessarily be for cars.
Yeah. I mean, even if he was a car dealer, even before what you did to that poor bloke, he wasn't happy about being a car dealer. He was perturbed. Is the word I'd use to describe that man. Do you reckon he done the old seatbelt zip?
I'm going to give you the old seatbelt zip. The old seatbelt zip.
If I do that to your car but still wearing my trousers, will you make a gif of it so we can put it on the next Thursday night show that no one's going to hear because it's 3 hours long and this show's labelled as Gadget? If you're listening, if you're hoping for Gadget and all you've had is The Hustle and us two dickheads, that guy was pissed. That guy was so. Oh god! I mean, the worst part is that I can't remember if I've said this. Whilst we were waiting round for him to get the V5 or do the seatbelt thing.
The old seatbelt zip.
The old seatbelt zip. That's a thing that you do to people. I'd love if that becomes a thing that, like, in popular culture. Of getting
in
back to
popular culture.
You know, like, I need to have a word with Will and be like, mate, we need, like, some sort of vengeance film where you do the old seatbelt zip. You know, he's like a test pilot for NASA, and I'm like, no, you whiz a fucking seatbelt between your cheeks, mate.
You'll do the old seatbelt zip. Thank you very much.
Anyway, we were waiting around so long that we noticed a pile of parts, and I was like, I'm sure that bit's for your broken car. We should have just nicked that bit of broken car.
I put it down.
How
my
would he
trouser
have
leg or
fucking
something.
known?
Yeah,
we
he
could
wouldn't.
have. I parked outside. We could have just thrown that in my car.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have known. There was just shit everywhere in there.
And there was like so many other cars around. We could have just hidden it whilst walking through the other mountain of cars and just chucked it in
back
yours.
for it later. He has. The worst part is that man, like, you know, with all the oil and heavy car work.
Yeah.
He has the audacity to smoke in there as well. Like, it is. Oh God, it's waiting to go. Do you think you're talented enough to illustrate in a cartoon the seatbelt zip?
I absolutely could accurately depict the seatbelt zip in illustrated form. That is well within my power.
Do you know what you should do, right? You should do a diary comic of, like, things that angry man, Jeff, we'll use his real name, and draw little pictures of what we imagined. Right? Can you do that at work? Right? And when they pick up the car, leave them in the glove box. That would be so funny. That would be so funny. Can you draw them, document them, and then just have a video of you leaving them in the glove box? Because he's going to go in the glove box. Because you're going to hide the fucking locking wheel nut under them. And he's going to open it and look at cartoons of us being like, things we believed Jeff did once he found out that he had to sell the car to us for all.
My face hurts. Dear Lord.
Oh God, you know when you're properly making me laugh because I stopped trying to throw up. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, that would be so funny. You've got to do it. You've got to be like, yeah, the V5's in the glove box, yeah? And then just have those comics. And old Jeff's got... Because he'll look at them. He'll go, oh, are these receipts or something?
It's some sort of cartoon. What's it about?
Of himself.
There's
a 3-hour podcast about it.
This character looks a little bit like me.
Oh God!
What am I doing to that seatbelt? The old seatbelt zip.
I need to remember that one for particularly difficult customers who can read prices on the Auto Trader. I'm not used to that. Stop talking.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
You've been listening to the Lonely Artist Cast
For 3 hours. For 3 hours you've been listening to the Lonely Artist Cast.
D1.
Oh my God, please do not throw up.
I won't. D1, you brought this on yourself. And if you're listening to this, catch it. You fucked up, mate. Because there's only one song to see us out. And I think we all know what it is.
Get your seatbelts in the ready.
A voicemail to play that's like, I found your little cartoons, you little pricks. I know where you live. Oh God.
Oh,
Thank you. You've been listening to the Thursday Night Show. 3 hours of the LAC.
Oh.
Don't forget to seatbelt zip your mate's car. And we'll let you know what Jeff... Is it... No, that was his action name. Yeah, Jeff's response to the little cartoons. I've been joined by my artist friend. There's just snot all over my t-shirt. Oh God! Just say goodbye.
Oh, goodbye.
Stop breathing.
Are you telling me to stop breathing?
Yeah, it's funny. And I've been Dreams of Agile. Thank you and good night. Hit the stop button.
Oh God, where is it? Stop.
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 Oh, how we dreamed of getting on the radio and being able to play all our songs. And what do we do with this power that's been bestowed upon us? Constantly play the hustle.